What if I told you two new open-weight AI models just dropped this week, and one of them actually beats GPT 5.5 on coding benchmarks at 1/6 the cost? Sound impossible? Well, that's exactly what happened with GLM 5.2 and Kimi K2.7 Code. In this video, we're going to compare GLM 5.2 and Kimi K2.7 Code, the two biggest open-weight models that just launched this week. Look, both of these are made by Chinese AI labs. GLM 5.2 is from Z.ai, and Kimi K2.7 Code is from Moonshot AI, and both of them were released within one day of each other, June 12th and 13th, 2026.
Now, let me be upfront with you. Both of these models would require server-level hardware to run locally, so that's why we are not going to talk about running them on your laptop. But even if you don't have the hardware, using them via cloud services or API is still very cost-efficient and very powerful. So in this video, I'll show you an overview of both models, their key benchmarks, 3 real-world tests, the cost breakdown, and then I'll give you my honest verdict on which one you should use. Okay, so let me show you the side-by-side comparison. First of all, an overview. GLM 5.2 is made by Z.ai. It has a 1 million token context window, and it's released under an MIT license, which means you can use it commercially without any restrictions. According to Z.ai's official blog on Hugging Face, GLM 5.2 scored 81.0 on Terminal Bench 2.1 and 62.1 on SWE Bench Pro, making it the strongest open-source model on standard coding benchmarks right now. Kimi K2.7 Code is made by Moonshot AI. It has a 256K context window, uses a mixture of experts architecture with 1 trillion total parameters and 32 billion active per token, and it's released under a modified MIT license on Hugging Face. According to Moonshot AI's official documentation, Kimi scored 62.0 on their in-house Kimi Codebench v2, which is a 21.8% improvement over Kimi 2.6. And on SWE-Bench Verified, it reached 60.4%, which is the highest among open-source models. Now, one important thing. According to the official Kimi documentation, K2.7 has a mandatory thinking mode that cannot be disabled, and the sampling parameters are locked at temperature 1.0 and top P 0.95, so that's why you have less control over the output compared to GLM, which actually gives you flexible effort levels. You can choose between high and max reasoning modes depending on your task. Before we get into the testing, if you're new here, please subscribe, and there's timestamps down below if you want to jump ahead. So that's why, let me get into the actual tests. So the first task I asked these to do was build a website. This is something that I think a lot of people are doing with AI, so it's a great simple task to test. I said, build a single-page marketing website for a fictional coffee subscription called Drift Coffee. I gave them a couple requirements: a hero section with the brand name, product highlights, a how it works section, pricing, and a footer. And I asked it to be visually polished, modern, and responsive. Now, let me show you what both of these look like. So first, the GLM 5.2 website. Look, there's not too much wrong with this. All the required features are there, the buttons work, and overall it does look okay. I think the color scheme could use some work, but the site functions and does everything it was supposed to. The only thing it missed was the image of the hero section. If you refine it, it will be much better. Now, let me show you the Kimi K2.7 version. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is the header is kind of big at the top and very simple, not much elegant like the previous one. I would like the GLM 5.2 output for the header and hero section. The mobile menu is looking fine, but Kimi tried to be fancier. Kimi added some extra details like the gradient overlay, how the section works, very clean and optimal. And here, keep a placeholder for an image, which is perfect. The pricing section is work. Comment below which version you prefer better. But here's where it gets interesting. When I looked deeper, there are actually more bugs with the Kimi version. The mobile hero ends up on top, the header bleeds through, and there's no overflow hidden, so the off-canvas menu pushes off to the right. GLM had a few minor issues too, but not as noticeable. So I would rank GLM 5.2 higher on this test. Both of these were one shot. I just gave them this one prompt and got the result.
Okay, so after the website test, I went ahead and ran another test. I asked it to build a complete playable breakout game as a single self-contained HTML file. It needs paddle control, bouncing balls, a grid of breakable bricks, a live on-screen score, lives, and a restart button. Now, let me show you what both of these look like. So the GLM 5.2 version, they actually added sound, which is a feature I didn't even ask for. Everything works fine. You can play the game, if you die, you lose a life, and if you hit the end, you get game over. You can use the mouse or the arrow keys. Pretty simple, and it looks neat. Though I am not a big fan of playing games, so I am very noob at it. On the Kimi side, the first thing I thought was, oh, this is actually faster and simple. Not much more elegant like GLM, but I can even play it easily. But look, when I looked deeper, the reason the ball moves differently is actually because of bugs. There's no delta time, so the speed scales with your monitor's refresh rate, and the paddle rebuilds the ball's velocity with every hit. So what felt like difficulty was actually just bugs. And there's a difficulty setting called ball speed run, but it's dead code and it never runs. So I would definitely give GLM 5.2 the higher score on this test. What looked better at first actually turned out to have more issues under the hood. Okay, so the final test was writing social copy. This is a pretty boring test, but it's something I do all the time. I simply told both models to write social media launch copy announcing Drift Coffee for LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and an email subject line. I didn't give them any brand guide or writing instructions because I wanted to just get the raw outputs. Honestly, I would call these a tie. Nothing really stood out much, one or the other. They both felt pretty generic and on brand. Both followed the instructions. They left out hashtags on Twitter and gave them on Instagram. Neither of them used too many emojis because I told them not to. They both did a meh job. Nothing spectacular on the social copy. One interesting thing, though, Kimi actually spent twice as many tokens coming up with the social copy, even though they were both pretty generic. Now let me show you what the actual cost looked like. So it came in pretty close. It was about 65 cents on either of these to run all three tests. GLM 5.2 used 1.1 million tokens, where Kimi came in at 600K. The costs end up being very similar because both of these models are quite cheap. The game on GLM ate most of the tokens, which makes sense since Kimi's version was done much quicker, but it had a bunch of bugs. And even on these costs, it's still going to be extremely cheap compared to using something like ChatGPT or Claude.
Okay, so the clear winner based on my testing is GLM 5.2. That's not to say I don't like Kimi K2.7 Code. The 30% reduction in reasoning tokens is real, and the benchmark improvements over K2.6 are genuine. But in practical testing, GLM delivered fewer bugs and more reliable results. I also want to be clear. I only ran each test one time. This is not an average across multiple runs. A more accurate comparison would run these tests multiple times. But I just wanted to get my first impression of both of these brand new models. So I hope you understand how actually these two models compare. If you've tried these models, leave a comment so that I can bring more videos for you.